on our way to the farmer's market. It's funny because this farmer's market has been here for so long and I never go very consistently, even though I keep saying I want to go consistently. But before Quentin, it was, I didn't go because I was always working in the morning. For some reason, I just felt like I couldn't justify leaving the house without getting my work done in the morning. But now I'm like, I'm up anyway, and this is so much better than watching TV or something. So it gets him out of the house and gets us eating some yummy local food. And some of it's organic, some of it is chemical free, some of it's both. So I enjoy it, and it's really, the prices are comparable. They're not exactly cheaper, but they're comparable. So I'm looking forward to getting some nice fruits and veggies that are out now. Still don't know if I'm gonna get some corn. We'll find out. But anyway, little monkeys having a ball being out. Hi! How you doing? I know! You see the bus? What'd you see? Oh, you see the other doggy? Did you see the other doggy? He's a cute doggy. It's not a cookie. We decided to get this lemon cranberry scone from this baker just over there. He said that they have the best bread in the city. It's really good. It's kind of like a cookie, but it's not really a cookie. Do you like it? You picked the dried cranberries out of your oatmeal the other day, but you seem to like it. That's what that is. The same. Okay, it's really good. I think it's St. John's Bakery. I think that's what it is. I'll try to swing by and get the name for you, but if you're in Toronto, at least that is really good. You know how you have rituals for things that you do in your life? I don't know if you have them like I have them, but for instance, every time I go get my hair cut, I have to go get a coffee. A lot of my rituals actually revolve around coffee, so you'd think I drink more than I do. But yeah, every time I go get my hair done, I always grab a coffee before I get there. Every time I take the go, like I'm on the GO train, I always have to get a coffee before I get on the go. Things like that. There's always like little rituals you do before you do certain things in life. Well, one of our rituals is every time we go to the farmer's market, there's a smoothie guy there, and he creates real fruit smoothies, like from actual fruit and not like fruit concentrate or anything. And he does put sugar in it, but you can ask for it to not have sugar in it. So every time I go, we always get a fruit smoothie. And he's not there this week. I don't know where he is, but he's not there this week, and I feel like a little part of me is missing. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I'll have a shake when we get home, maybe. Back. Put some stuff away. We got some kale. $2 for kale, not bad. Broccoli. Chopping broccoli. We're chopping broccoli. We got peaches, and the guy was so nice to give us a special peach. Now I have to find it, but it's actually a darker one. It's not that one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Because the other ones aren't completely ripe yet, so he actually gave us a ripe one so we could have for lunch. That was so nice of him. Oh, cheese and crackers as we're going on a picnic tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Cucumbers. We got some peppers, strawberries, and blueberries. So that is our haul, plus the little scone, which was phenomenal. And yes, it's St. John's Bakery here in Toronto. So if you've ever had St. John's bakery bread, it was just, from the one thing that I had, it was so moist and so flavorful. They had like regular bread as well, made with organic ingredients, and they had a banana bread, and I just wanted to share that with him as a morning snack, and he loved it. So anyway, score at the farmer's market today, except for my smoothie. I feel so lost. Oh well, what you gonna do?
Move it. Over here.
Are you having fun just chilling out? Oh, is that Wonder Woman? He's been in like a chilling out mood today. He was chilling with me on the couch earlier. It was kind of nice actually. Because it's so rare that he's just still for a little bit. That it's kind of nice when it does happen. It's really dark outside too. I think we're going to get some more rain, kiddo. We're going to get some more rain. Oh. You're going to plug in the camera? Boop, 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 boop in your bum. Boop in your bum. Boop in your bum. Boop, 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 boop in your bum. Oh, you're funny.
Yay!
What? You're gonna get dizzy. You're gonna get dizzy. You're gonna fall down.
Are the songs true? Do you have poop in your bum?
Poop in your bum. Poop in your bum. Poop, 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 poop in your bum. Poop in your bum. Poop in your bum. Poop, 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 poop in your bum.
Come here, pal.
Okay, we actually have to clean your poopy bum.
Because there's poop in your bum. Poop in your bum. Poop, 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 poop in your bum. Oh no, there's poop in your bum. Hey, before we sign off on the vlog, I wanted to tell you about a dream I had last night. It was one of those very, I don't even know if it was vivid, but very complicated dream logic-y dreams. And I really enjoyed retelling it to Therese when I woke up, so I thought maybe it'd be fun to pass it on to you guys too. In the dream, I had just come back from dinner and drinks, was in a parking lot of a restaurant, and a limo pulled up in front of me, and out popped Pierce Brosnan. And I was with somebody who was at the cinema I work at, was with me, and they were like, Alan, Pierce Brosnan's in a movie that's coming out. We have to get him to say something about the movie. Bring out your phone and we'll record the a video of him talking. So I go over to the limo. I'm like, okay, I don't want to bother him. Okay, no, I'll go. They convince me. So I go over to the limo, and there's this awkward, like, 2 or 3 minutes, I think, in the dream, where he's just paying the limo driver, like a taxi driver, maybe haggling about the price a little bit, and he's putting the money in there. And I think Julianne Moore was in the car with him. It was another actress, an actress was in the car with him, and he pays for the limo, and he turns around and gets spooked. He's like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, I'm sorry to bother you. I work at this cinema. We have your upcoming movie is playing, and I'd really love just 10 seconds of your time to record a video saying this movie's coming out. You should come see it at the Carlton Cinema. He's like, well, he starts getting choked up, and he's very emotional, and starts telling me this movie's a labor of love. I'm like, wait, I'm going to record this. So I pull out my phone, but some kind of update, Apple update, has happened on my iPhone, and I can't figure out any of the buttons. So he's still talking, and I'm like, just a second. And they all look like hieroglyphs. Like, in dreams sometimes you can't read what the right words, or it looks like a different language. So my brain, I think, was trying to keep up with the dream and just couldn't figure it out. So I just pressed what I assumed was the record button, and I started recording. And he's this passionate tale of how they made this movie, and he goes on for 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, of entire monologue, when I only asked him for 10 seconds. And he keeps going, and I'm like, in my mind, in the dream, I'm thinking, I don't know if this is recording. Like, I pressed this button with this new update, and I don't know if it's recording. So I thought, I'll bring out my other phone, because in this dream I had a duplicate phone. So out of my other pocket, I pull out a phone. So I have 2 phones out, and I press a different button on this phone. And he looks at me a little weird. He's noticed that I have 2 phones out, and I can tell this is getting awkward because he's wondering why there's 2 phones. And I'm like, well, I'll just get a different angle with one of the phones, and he'll understand that this was just because I wanted 2 different angles. Even though I didn't need 2 different angles, I didn't even know if one of them was working or not. So I take one of the phones, and I put it up against Pierce Brosnan's face, and he doesn't stop talking, but he kind of gives me one of these, like... But he's a professional, so he keeps telling his story about how this movie was made. Even thinking about it now, it was... In the dream, I was very panicked, but in reality, talking about it, it's one of those things where you can't express how important this was, but it's just silly now and hilarious. So I have it up against his face, other ones recording kind of a little farther away, and he gets to the end, close to the end. I'm like, he's really obviously getting weirded out that I have two phones, one pushed up against his face. So I take one phone and I start eating it because I figure that's the best way to get rid of it. And suddenly he calms down and he doesn't seem as weirded out. He's like, okay, he only has one phone now. But then I remember that I don't know which one's recording because of this update and all the different icons. I don't know which one is the record button. So I'm like, what if that was the one with all the footage on it? And he's just wrapping up his speech now about the film. So I decide I'll keep it in my mouth because the memory card probably still isn't bitten yet. In my mind, I had bitten it in half. Like it was super easy, like it was a chocolate bar. And I went, hum, and just put both pieces in my mouth. So I hold it in my mouth so I wouldn't finish it. I wouldn't swallow it, it's just in my mouth. The phone's in my mouth. That's what I'm trying to say. But I was talking like this. And the other one I'm holding. So he wraps it up and like, that's why you have to go to the Carlton Cinema and see this movie. It's a movie called How to Make Love Like an Englishman, if you want to IMDb it. Not nearly, I think, as important a film to Pierce Brosnan as it was in The Dream, but maybe it's a secret passion project and I just don't know it. So he wraps up. I say, thank you so much, Pierce Brosnan, but thank you very much, Pierce Brosnan, because there's a phone in my mouth. He's like, no problem. And I noticed there's tears streaming down his face because he's been so emotional in this thing. But then he gets back in the limo and he drives away, even though he's paid for the limo, and I realized that this was weird even in the dream. So I spit out the phone, and that's when I woke up. So we'll never even know. I'm sorry, it's a cliffhanger. I'll try and dream about it tonight, but I don't even know if we got the footage or not. So there's no end to the story, much like any dream story. There's no end to it, but it was so bizarre. I just wanted to share with you. Maybe if I go to sleep right now, I'll start dreaming it again. Let's give it a shot.